All right, time for our next lesson, Thursday, April 30th in Voyages. We're on page 95 today, so let's look at page 95 real quick. And that is going to be over negative words, how to use them correctly in sentences. It can be a tricky thing, you'll be surprised. But first of all, we need to, let's see, that's lesson 6.5. So we're going to go back to page 89 and we're going to complete our daily maintenance. 6.5. The sentence is, my sister caught the biggest fish. All right, so number one, the complete subject would be all of the words that tell who or what the sentence is about. So that is my sister. So you write both those words, my sister, on the line. Number two, what is the complete predicate? All of the words, including the verb, until the end of the sentence. So it says, caught the biggest, fish. Oops. Caught the biggest fish for number two. Number three, which word is a superlative adjective? Remember, those are our adjectives that compare. So which one is a superlative adjective? That means it ends in ER or EST. So that would be biggest. Oops, there we go. Biggest. Superlative adjective. It's a hard mouthful. Now, let's do our diagramming. You draw and diagram, and I'm going to draw and diagram that sentence, and then we'll see how we did. One more word, and I will be ready. Hopefully you are too. Okay, so this is what it would look like. I have sister, simple subject, caught, simple predicate, direct object, fish. Sister caught fish. I have my long line here dividing my subject and my predicate, and my short line that divides my predicate verb from the rest of my predicate. Then my tells more about sister, and the and biggest tells more about fish. So I would, hopefully you have that, and I am erasing that. So over here, we'll turn to page 95. Negative words. Okay, let's start off with our name at the top of the page and our highlighter. Okay, so negative words are, or a negative idea is when we add the word not to verbs. Sometimes we use not as a contraction, like aren't, can't, won't, didn't, or by adding never before the verb. Because these negative verbs tell about verbs, we call them adverbs. So in this lesson, we're going to practice identifying those negative words that make your verb mean the opposite of what it originally meant, and writing and using them. We might have some contractions in here as well, so don't forget how to write contractions with your apostrophe to replace the missing letters. So in the first part, 1 through 6, all we are doing is highlighting the negative word that we find in the sentence. So number 1 says, my sister never cleans her room. So in this case, we use the word never with the verb cleans, and that explains, that makes that verb cleans mean the opposite, because I put never in front of it. So we're highlighting never. And 1 through 6, we're just highlighting our word. It could be never, it could be not, it could be a contraction. So if you see the contraction and apostrophe T, that's what you would highlight. I'm going to let you finish 2 through 6 on your own, and we're going to skip down to number 7, and we're going to take our pencils out. We're going to do a little more writing today. Number 7 through 7, 8, 9. We're going to write the sentences so that they correctly express a negative idea. And this is a common mistake we're going to work on. It says, we don't never miss the school bus. So we call that a double negative. And actually, when you put a double negative in a sentence, you take out, they take each other out. And the meaning of the sentence changes to be a positive idea. So if you're going to say, we don't never miss the school bus, what you're really saying is, we do miss the school bus, which is not what you meant to say in the first place. So this sentence is wrong because it has 2 negative words in it. So we need to either get rid of not, the contraction, or get rid of never. I think never can go. So we're going to rewrite the sentence. We don't miss the school bus. We don't miss the school bus. And that, of course, do not makes the sentence mean that we are good at catching the bus, and we get to school on time because we are not late to catch the bus. Whereas before, we were saying that we never catch the bus, and that's not what we meant. So for 8 and 9, you want to look for an extra negative word in there that probably needs to come out, and rewrite the sentence so that it makes a good negative idea concept. And then for 10, 11, and 12, you need to make sure that you rewrite the sentence, and we're going to do number 10 together, so that it goes from a positive to a negative idea. So in number 10, we have the dog barks. And we want to change that to say that the dog doesn't bark. So instead of the dog barks, I would say the dog doesn't bark. And that's what I'm going to write for my sentence. The dog doesn't, and apostrophe T, bark. Period. The dog doesn't bark. We're making it into that negative idea. And then I want you to do the same with 11 and 12. So for your response, I want you to read me sentence 8, 9, 11, and 12. So I can see that you understand how not to use a double negative and how to make a sentence from a positive to a negative idea correctly. All right. Talk to you tomorrow.